What is going on? So, I'm gonna bring you a full day of eating. People have been asking for those forever, so here is one. Now, it's important to mention that it's 8 p.m. approximately, and I fasted all day. I had a bit of a sleep in, so if you wake up early, don't try and go to 8 p.m. I think I got up at like 12. So I'm pushing the fast about 8 hours into my day, which is a pretty long fast, and had a good day. Got a lot of work done. Drank some amazing coffee, some fasting fuel, as I call it, and then I went and hit an awesome workout at the gym today. Oh my God! I did some incline presses. I did some sternum chin-ups. I did some curls and some Cuban presses, and then I finished off with some I hadn't worked out in a week. I did some extra stuff, did some more push down, some more rope hammer curls, and had an incredible workout. And actually, by the end of the workout, my shoulders start to really blow up and were popping. I was in New York the last few days and kind of ate quite a bit, so I need to lean down a bit more, but altogether pretty tight. In the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna want to get really sharp. So let's talk about breaking this fast. Like I said, it's 8 o'clock, and I'm gonna break the fast with some fruit, a salad, and then I'm gonna enjoy about 100 grams of protein via Marietta's chicken from the cookbook. So we got some salads here, some vegetables. This is like a kale salad with some, that's amazing. We got a regular salad, and might have a banana and an apple. Let's get the show on the road. And then after all that, I got these 3 delicious chicken breasts that I'm gonna try and consume. Let's do it. First order of business is I'm gonna eat this apple, refill some liver glycogen, shift me back into an anabolic state, and then hit the salad, hit the protein. A lot of people are worried about training fasted after a long fast, and actually I have literally my best workouts done fasted. It is incredible. Now, if I do feel low on energy and like I feel like I need a bit of food in my stomach to train, then I'll have like a little bit of fruit before I train. But all my workouts are done pretty much either completely fasted or after having like an apple and a banana. So pretty limited food. So let's eat the apple. And also, it's a little trick where if you're fasting, you're hungry, a lot of times you have an apple or a banana. It can help you extend the fast a few more hours you're not really extending the fast because you are breaking the fast, but it helps you push your meal, your big meal, a couple more hours into the day, which makes eating at a deficit much easier. Or not even eating at a deficit, eating at maintenance, you know? I'm someone that can eat 4,000 calories easily, so even if I'm eating maintenance or a slight surplus, I still have to work to not overeat. So, I got a Honeycrisp apple because it's flavorful and crispy. Now, this full day of eating, I want to lean down a bit, so I'm going to show you more eating towards a deficit. But in no way whatsoever am I always eating in a deficit. In fact, more often than not, I'm around maintenance. But it's so easy for me to eat at a surplus or maintenance that I don't show those days, because that's just kind of like what I naturally do. But to balance myself out, to stay lean, I have to throw in some lower calorie days into the mix. So when I'm eating higher calories, and I'm not like neurotic and like tracking, oh, I gotta eat this surplus. That's just what my body does easily. You know, I might just relax and be, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go a bit higher today. It's, you know, I don't really track my calories that much anymore. But anyways, let's continue the full day of eating. So let's finish this. So I wanna have a banana, but these don't look ripe enough. And this looks overripe. And I like to have my fruit like the perfect level. So I'm not too sure what to do. Yeah, these won't be good, and let's try this banana. Actually, I'm not gonna try the banana. That would look really weird. Look at that. It's almost too ripe. We'll see. Not that bad. It's just super sweet and ripe. But anyways, gonna have the apple, the banana, then we'll dig into some salad, and we'll go from there. Cheers. Look at that beautiful salad. It's kale, some tomatoes, some avocado, some pecans. It's gonna be good. So we're gonna add some of this honey dressing in here. I don't know the calorie count on this, but you know what? I'm just gonna eat to my body's needs and use the tips and stuff that I teach to make eating at a moderate deficit pretty damn effortless. So check that out. People say, oh, I don't eat healthy, I don't eat salads or greens. Well, you know, occasionally I do. In the past, I was like, oh, I don't want to like eat like 300 calories of salad because it's not going to affect me much. But you know, if you do the right style, it can be quite filling. This is more of a, I'm sure this is more of a higher calorie one, but you know, I'm handling it well. Let's indulge. Here we go. And I do tend to eat out quite a bit, just for the record. I maybe will eat like at home, cook 3 days a week max. I'm always eating out. Whether it's going to Chipotle, going to a steak restaurant, get an awesome burger. Good salad. I encourage you to try and learn to stop tracking every calorie, every macro. Track your calories and macros for a while so you get an idea of how much carbs and protein and fat you have, and then just try and listen to your body. Try and just naturally guesstimate. It's much more effective. And plus, here's the thing. Let's say I was counting calories and I was starving and I was at my calorie number. I'm still going to eat more. I'm not going to let myself be like starved. And if I was trying to lean down, I was really full and I hadn't hit my calories yet, I'd be like, oh, you know what? It's okay. I'll go a little bit lower. And now I'm going to have some Meredith's chicken. This simply has been coated in some egg whites. It's got some gluten-free breadcrumbs on it. A little bit of oil. Absolutely delicious. What you do is you essentially coat it in egg whites, roll it in some breadcrumbs, and then fry in the pan for a little bit, and then you bake in the oven for about 30-40 minutes. So here's what I got. This is probably about 100 grams of protein, and a little bit of fat, a little bit of carbs, so it's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna get some sriracha. Where is my friggin' sriracha? Down right there. Sweet. All right, this might take me a long time to eat. I like to eat really slowly. It makes eating a deficit much easier. So I'll eat a little bit, take a break. You can't do this when I eat out, but like, or when you're at like with friends. But you know, when I'm just eating by myself, I'll just kind of casually like eat at it, because it's fun to eat. Like when you break your fast, I like to eat a lot, and like I would rather just extend the meal than like finish all my calories and be like, shit, now I can't eat until tomorrow. All right, let's enjoy this. All right, I am almost finished this. It's like 9 o'clock and I'm so stuffed. I just want to lie down and relax. Oh my God, it's good though. And I put up some really cool Instagram posts today. This is my physique today. And it's looking pretty damn good. So in about 2 weeks, I'm gonna go and get my testosterone tested again after I've regained like the muscle mass that I lost. So I'm gonna get a testosterone test done, and in these next 2 weeks, I'm gonna try and put on a bit more muscle, get a bit leaner. So there's like no conceivable way that I could like that if I was on gear at all. There's no conceivable way I could go off gear, make gains up to 2 weeks, and then pass a test. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna get all my numbers so I can show that all my hormones are fucking like natural, you know, like there's no down regulation of anything. And it will be fucking crazy because I built this physique naturally with nothing more than some hard work, a can-do attitude, a little elbow grease, and yes, some great fucking genetics from my parents. Fairly good genetics. But yeah, and the other thing is I want to do is I've emailed a lot of people trying to get a CIRT test. I even had a guy DM me saying, "Hey, dude, I can get you a CIR test," and I was like, "Let's do it, man. Let's fucking do it." And then he flaked on me. He said, "Oh, I don't know." He's like, "I got friends that are in the MD community. I'll set you up." And I was like, "Let's do it anytime. Let me know." And then he never got back to me. He was like, "Oh, I don't know. I can't do it." So it's really hard to fucking take. If in actuality, all the people that are fucking the haters, the doubters that have no conceivable idea of what's achievable naturally. And I get it though, because there's a lot of fake natties that aren't like 200 pounds. So I mean, I get it, but the reality is when have you ever seen anyone do a CIRT test outside of the sporting community? You can't go and book a CIRT test or a CIR test. So I am completely down to take one. I'm sure 100,000 people are gonna watch this video, so if anyone has connections where they can hook me up with that CIRT in Toronto, Montreal, I'll even fly to fucking LA or New York. I'm not gonna fly to Europe or anything because I don't wanna fucking travel the world to prove little tests, but point is, I'm down to take the test. So if anyone can hook it up for me, and I can have it filmed and documented, that would be amazing. Now, I'm gonna continue eating my chicken, but I'm so full. Yum. So it's like 9:30, I've been doing some work on my computer, and I couldn't finish the chicken, so that's as far as I got. That's the great thing with intermittent fasting is you can eat to absolute fulfillment, be stuffed, eat desserts every day, eat a deficit, and lean down. So it's quite fantastic. All right, it's about 10 o'clock, and I am about to jump on a call with a mentor of mine who coaches me on some personal development type stuff. And God, I'm hungry. So either before this call or during or after, I'm gonna eat these barbecue pop chip ridges. 85 grams. I think there's about 350 calories or so. Gonna hit some carbs and then probably a dessert at night. Time to before I get on the call, so I'm gonna have a couple of these. Pretty good. Pretty good. Shouts out to Curb Your Enthusiasm. Finally doing a new season. Best show ever. Yo, okay. So I had my pop chips and it is getting later. I think it's almost 12. So far, oh my God, it's dark. I can't see a single thing. But so far, I've had an apple, a banana, some salad, some Mario's chicken, and a big old bag of Ridge's pop chips. So I've conceivably had about 1,800 calories if I had to guess on a whim. So now, actually let's do some math here. 200 calories of fruit, 300 calories of salad, that's 500. 800 calories of chicken, 800 plus 5 is 1,300 plus 300, 400 calories of 1,700 calories. So I'll have a chocolate bar that's about 500, 600, and should be good. All right, so it's like 1:20. I'm gonna finish off the day with this chocolate bar. It's freaking delicious. I'm watching some podcasts by Stefan Molyneux. Kind of fascinating stuff. I like to finish off my night listening to some of his videos. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this and then go to bed. So altogether, it's been a good day. You know, I slept in, got a bunch of work done, filmed some videos, did like 2 Instagram posts teaching some stuff. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to follow me on Instagram and at Greg Gallagher and Snapchat, GOG9. I'm pouring tons of content in there every day. I try and only put a couple videos a week. In fact, going forward, I'm going to be doing a video every Monday and Thursday. So you can look forward for at least 2 videos a week, Monday and Thursday, with a mix of really good content and, you know, full days of eating or full training videos. So it's going to be epic as heck. But yeah, I think I hit around 2,300 calories, 2,300 calories, which for me is a good deficit. You know, I had a big workout for like an hour. I walked for like an hour, so I got a lot of exercise. So my calorie burn today is probably going to be more or less like 2,800 to 3,000 bare minimum. So today it's a pretty freaking good deficit. Yeah, so hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I really hope the goal of these full day of eatings is to show you how I eat with my style of intermittent fasting, and to give you really some freedom to show you that, like, it doesn't have to be this perfect schedule where it's like meal at 2 p.m. meal at 5:30 and late night cottage cheese at 10. It's like very relaxed. I kind of listen to my body. Might fast really late and have some fruit, some salad, a huge meal, bag of pop chips, a chocolate bar, like kind of epic. Or maybe sometimes, like if I'm up earlier, I might get a big meal earlier, or I might have a small meal earlier to push for a big dinner. And then I kind of am very flexible. I used to be super strict with my eating window when I did fasting, and then it just didn't work. I was like sometimes I wouldn't like go and like train martial arts in the night or go and go with my friends at the night because I'm like, oh, that doesn't fit with my eating schedule. I don't want to cook at home. Like, no, I don't let any of this stuff control my life. I will move things around to fit whatever's going on. And it's been years kind of learning how to do that, you know. If I want to go and like do like whatever at night, then or have a dinner, I'll just adapt my schedule to fit that. And it's super easy with intermittent fasting because you got the room to work with, and you can, you know, you don't have to, everything you eat doesn't have to be a meal. Like the fitness community tries to teach you, like, oh, you got to eat this meal, you know, you have to eat this meal of, you know, this percentage fat, this percentage carbs, this percentage protein. It's not true, you know. Everything you eat doesn't have to be like this perfect meal. Everything you eat does not have to be protein. It's about what you are hitting over the course of the day. Are you getting enough protein? Are you getting the right amount of calories? Awesome, you know. Sometimes if I'm hungry, like I'll have like this Rice Krispie square that's 240 calories, and I eat it and I'm like satisfied for a bit, and then I'll maybe an hour later I'm at a restaurant. Like I kind of just I adapt this stuff into my life, into what my body wants and needs, and you know, I get better results doing this and being flexible and loose and giving my body what it really is craving within the guidelines of my calorie needs than trying to like eat like this perfect kind of meal thing. You want to, you know, follow a structure that makes it easy for you to hit your goals, but then a structure that also fits well with your lifestyle. That's the last little message I want to leave you with. I know it's kind of like all over the place and confusing, but just think about this. Just relax. Remember, what's important to get the body you want is getting the right amount of calories your body needs, making sure you're getting sufficient protein, you're not going too low in fats and carbs, and just relax. Intermittent fasting, fast for as long as you're comfortable with, you know, and then eat the best way you can to stay full and satisfied and fit with your lifestyle. If you want to get on one of my programs, then make sure to use my Physique Builder tool, which will show you exactly why you don't have that body you want and what you must do. That's at kinobody.com/tool, because it's a tool you can use. And thank you so much for watching. Peace.